Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura or lauraxstitches and I'm back for my favourite video of the year. It is my Wip Parade for the new year, plans, wrap up, all that stuff. I know it's one of everyone's favourite times of the year for Flosstube and I'm really excited to be able to give you my input for that. A couple of disclaimers and I'm pretty sure you know what they are. Because I say them at the start of every video. I have two beautiful red healers and they're inside, so you might hear some random noises. I'll try and cut out anything that's super annoying. And secondly, I also have a baby and she's currently just gone to sleep. As soon as she went to sleep I press record, so if I'm looking over at random spots I might be looking at the monitor or something, but I think she should give us a bit of time, but who knows, touch wood, all that kind of stuff. Babies are weird. Speaking of babies, Lily is doing super well. She's loving life, as that's a dog walking past. As a little 7-month-old, she had a wonderful first Christmas and got lots of gifts and it was very, very nice. She's got 4 teeth. Really weird. She got her bottom 2, which is normal, in the middle. Skipped the top 2 in the middle and has gone for the next one. So she's got like little fangs. It's really cute. But those 2 are coming. She's very grumpy the past couple of days, so I'm assuming it's teething. But yeah, our Christmas was great. It's really nice having a little one for Christmas. It's just a little bit different. And we had a good time. We've just come back from a week away at a place called Warrnambool. It's on the coast in Victoria, in the state where I live. In Australia, it's on the Great Ocean Road, kind of, if you know what that is. It's one of the most famous parts of the state I'm in, so beautiful ocean views and stuff. It was lovely. Our first holiday as a little unit for longer than a couple of nights, so I had to do some adjusting because babies. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to the past month and a little bit since I saw you last, and I hope you all had a really wonderful holiday season and you're enjoying the new year so far. I'm really liking it. I've got a couple of big changes coming up. Little girl, Lily, she starts daycare next week, which is just weird because I've had it all planned for ages and it's actually next week. She's only going on 1 day a week. I'm working 2 days a week this year. So the other day she'll be with my mum, but it is a bit of a change. But I'm actually really excited for her to spend some time with some kids her own age because of the world we live in. I haven't been able to go to any like mum groups or play groups or anything, so I'm really excited for her. That'll be really nice. So what are we doing in this video? Well, there's a fair bit happening. I will say I'm going to go over my 2021 wrap up, my whips, my plans for the year, my plans for January, and a couple other random bits and pieces in here as well. I am actually going to start with haul, and I wanted to say before we do haul that most videos I have timestamps, so you can go into the description of the video and kind of click through to what you actually want to watch. I think I forgot in the last video, which isn't very helpful, or the video before, one or the other. I don't have a memory anymore. So go through and click through. I just wanted to put haul at the start because everything else kind of follows each other, whereas haul's kind of separate. So I'm going to do that first and then I'll get into kind of what I'm doing and what I've been doing. So very quickly, I did sign up for the Clouds Factory sale for this year, their ABC dinosaurs sale, which I'm really excited for. I had a gift card that my sister gave me for the 2020 Christmas that I still had a bit of money on, so I used it to buy. I just bought the PDF. It was going to cost $75 to ship me the linen, so I went ahead and said no to that. It's not Clouds Factory's fault, it's the postal services and everything. It's all a mess, so I just went ahead and said no, and I've picked my own fabric, which I'll show you a bit later. It doesn't have any specialty floss, it's just DMC, so that's really easy. I also purchased, with the kind of last remaining dollars, the Clouds Factory Year of the Ox. I chose this because that is Lily's year and I think it's so cute, so I'm going to stitch that up at some point for her and pop it in her room. For Christmas, I was spoiled by Matt. Amongst some other things, Matt's my husband if you didn't know. He pops up, not him, but I mention him a bit in my videos for certain reasons. He purchased me some kits. Matt is a really excited and awesome photographer. He's kind of picked that up over the last 1.5 to 2 years, and he's really good and he doesn't admit it. But he's really, really good at finding amazing shots and colours and things. So he takes photos of landscapes and wildlife, like that. They're his two things. He doesn't do people, which is good for me. But you know, he does take photos of Lily though, which are really, really cute. But he does, yeah, wildlife and landscape. And one of the things that we've kind of discovered over the past couple of years with him doing this, and I go out with him and we go see things, is our love of birds. I don't know where this has come from, but we just think they're hilarious. Birds are so funny. In our yard here we have heaps of birds, and at like 5 o'clock it's like peak hour. They are just flying around everywhere, yelling at each other, like hanging out, playing. So we really love birds, and especially our native birds here in Australia. So what he did was he went online and found some kits for me from DMC of Australian birds. One of them I've already finished, so I'll be showing you that in just a moment, but I want to show you the other 4. Now this one here is actually, there we go, is actually kind of by itself, where the others are in a set. So this one is a baby galah, and we love galahs. We have heaps of them around this area. This set comes with, well, you have to buy them. But as part of the set, there's a baby possum, cockatoo, koala and galah. So I will collect the other 4 and stitch them up as well. Let's have a little plan for how I'm going to finish these. Nothing too exciting. The other ones that are in the series, these are the Leslie Suzanne Davies Australian collection. I have another kit from her that is galahs, but there's a couple of them in a row. It's a bit of a bigger one that I haven't done yet. But here are Rainbow Lorikeets. So beautiful. I can actually hear a bunch at the moment. Blue Wrens. So that one's the male and this is the female, because the males are always prettier with birds. Ridiculous. They're very, very quick birds. These ones, they're very small and really quick. The blue is just beautiful. We saw some on our holiday. They're gorgeous. Heaps of them at my parents' house too. And a little kookaburra who is so cute. So fluffy. So I've stitched the other one in this 4, and I'm going to stitch them all and frame them in one frame with 4 of them with a mat in between. So that's what I'll also do for the ones that go with the galah. These are really nice little small kits. It comes with everything you need. Obviously DMC. It's 18 count Aida, which is quite nice. The Aida's not that bad. It's not that stiff. It was really good to work on in the car on the way to Warrnambool, because it's like a 5. With a baby, it's like 6.5, 6 hours. So these are really great. I was so excited. He wrapped them all and like put them into the tree. And I was really curious because he'd already told me they were cross stitched, because he asked, because I have a list of my stash. So he asked for that just in case I had them, because he knew about the galahs that I have. So I knew it was cross stitch, but I had no idea what he'd got me, and considering there were like 5 of them. So that was really fun to open on Christmas. And as soon as I opened the first one, I was like, I bet these are all birds. And the funny thing is, one of his presents that I got him was this amazing Australian Geographic book, like a big, thick hardcover book of photography of Australian birds. We're obviously meant to be. Anyway, let's move on from that. Next for haul is I actually won in the Frooks group, which I will link below, fingers crossed. This is a group that I manage with a bunch of other awesome ladies. And there was, it's a group for cute stuff. It's fluffy, rainbow, unicorn, kawaii stitches. That's Frooks. It's all about cute things, because there's a lot of like prim stuff around, but there's also heaps of cute stuff, and we kind of lean towards the cute side of things. So we made a group. Anyway, Adele Cat Stitches, she was hosting, or she made an event called Making It Rain, and all you had to do was work on a project that was cute and she was giving away a $15 Frosted Pumpkin gift card, and I won, which was so exciting. So I went on there and I purchased a couple of Christmas patterns because I don't have any Christmas stuff, because I was always like, I don't want to. And now I'm like, I want to decorate my house in Christmas stuff when it comes to Christmas. I just got really excited this year, but I didn't have anything. But now I have things to stitch. So I bought the Cookies for Santa pack of like 4 things. I think there's a Santa, a reindeer, a gingerbread man, and a pudding. I think that's right. And I pretty much purchased it for the pudding because it's so cute. But I will stitch all 4. And I also purchased their Ho 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 pattern, which is of a reindeer, I think, or a deer. It's so cute. It's beautiful. So I'm really excited to have those, excuse me, in my stash. Next, I'm going to show you my threads of the month from A Stitching Time in Tassie. Gosh, I wish I lived in Tassie, specifically Hobart, because I would be there all the time. I purchased a line from them before, and they're fantastic, a wonderful place. So let me grab something to put these on and I'll show you them. Okay, so I'm gonna have to awkwardly hold them, but there they are. So we've got Grape Fizz, this beautiful purple. Oh, this is a cool way of seeing them, I guess. Then there's Grape Arbor, which is like more of a muted browny purple. Gold Leaf, obviously the gold color. Glass Slipper, which is a beautiful gray. Ginger Snap, and Geranium. There you go. There are the Gentle Arts threads. All right, and my other club that I'm in with A Stitching Time is the Weeks, the Week Star Works. Just seeing if they're gonna fall or not. Hey, there we go. So we'll start on this side because it's closer to me. That one is Copper. The next one here is Corn Silk, Cranberry Ice, Cornbread, Crepe Myrtle, I think that's how we would say that, and Crimson. There you go, some beautiful variation in those. Lovely. So we're getting through the letters. Obviously that was C, the other ones were G. I started with Gas and then a place opened up with Week, so I jumped on that. And lastly for haul, it's taken longer than I thought, but that's okay. I purchased a pattern from Aussie Stash Unload from Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher actually, and it was her copy, which is now my copy, of Strawberry Fields Forever. I have, by Blackbird Design, sorry. I have the, sorry about the glare, Yellow Submarine one. And I loved this, and seeing Lorna stitch it up, and she loved it. She would always say how awesome it was to stitch, and I really like this. And I think because now I have this one, I'll eventually just do them all, because I'm a big fan of the Beatles, and they're just beautiful patterns. I said like, oh, more on the cutesy side. This is still cute. It is more prim, but it is cute. And the colours are gorgeous. So I'm really excited to have that in my stash and to eventually stitch that up. Same with the Yellow Submarine one. That is haul. The next thing, oh, that was bright. I just put some paper there. Bam. The next thing I wanted to show you before we get into my wrap up of 2021 is my journal. So this is my journal. I think I showed this last time. I wanted to show you what I've done for January. So and this, it won't all 100% make sense yet because I haven't kind of explained my plans, but I'm going to show you in general what I've done. So just quickly, I did a little wrap up page here, and I have stickers, so I'm using them a fair bit. And then I did, that's my first January page. So it has January, Whip Go, full coverage, Frooks. I'll just skip this for a second. A couple other groups I need to talk to you about still, but they've come second because I joined them later. So it just has what I'm doing for their challenges. And then here is a page for my totals, so I'm going to add up my stitching count. And here is my, and I haven't filled this in for yesterday, but my daily kind of tracker. So in my sticker collection I had the days of the week, so I popped them up there. And then I've just made my own like little calendar thing. So you can see here, I've done the first and the second. It's currently the fourth. So I haven't done yesterday's yet. I have a key down here of full coverage, large, medium, small, matte and special. They're my categories, my whips, and each of them have a colour. So whatever I work on, I'll use that colour and fill it in here. So on the first, I worked on my small and I didn't count my stitches, so that doesn't have anything in there. Then I worked on my small again on the second and had a finish. And you can see that's what that symbol is there. New start is that one. Then no stitching is blank. I also worked on my large and put in 311. Yep. So I also did that, and I've left room to do 2 projects a day because I usually don't do any more than 2, if I even do 2. If I'm working on multiples, it's usually only 2 a day. So that's how I've done it. So I'm going to do that for each month. I have a bunch of these in lots of different styles, so it might look a little bit different month to month depending on how the stickers work, because I'm obsessed with the stickers. But some tracking stuff, so there you go. That's my little journal tour. Let's get on to, actually I need this. Let's get on to my wrap up of the year. I started 2021 with 8 whips, and I had 8 new starts and 8 finishes. So nothing's changed. Except I actually only have 7 whips currently right now because I finished one, like I said, on the second, which I'll show you. So it's exactly the same, and I'm so happy about that. I had such a good year considering I had a baby. So I'm really proud of what I was able to achieve. So I wanted to go through my finishes with you, and I actually have the majority of them with me. So I thought we'd do that. And these are in no particular order because I just kind of grabbed them. So the first one is my most recent one from last year, so my last finish of 2021. And this is the kit that I finished that Matt gave me. So this is a Crimson Rosella. It's one of those DMC kits. And it's so cute. My goodness, it was fiddly. It is so fiddly, but the Crimson Rosella looks so floofy and gorgeous. So that's that first one done. I started it on Christmas Day because we were doing some driving, and I thought I'd take this with me, and finished it on the 28th, I'm pretty sure. Yay! So that was my first one. My next finish from 2021 that I'm going to show you is from the Frosty Forest series. I've done 3, but last year I finished this top one, which was Snowy Reindeer. Let me see if I quickly have the fabric details here. I think I do. Yes, so this is a Sparklies fabric. It is one of their fabrics of the month, but I can't see when from. I wonder if I've got it in my... Sorry if that's really bright. May 2018, 32 count. And I did change one of the threads. It was a sampler thread, and I changed it to grass from E-Designs. I don't know if E-Designs is a thing anymore. I found their threads on Stash Alone and I bought a bunch. So I'm just using them. And I'm trying to see, I think it's in the tree. I think the tree one is the grass. So yeah, that's that. Woohoo! I need to find out where to put everything now. This is the problem, isn't it? My next one is my big one, and I couldn't help myself. Epic Pokemon Generation 1 Extended Edition. Stitched on 18 count Aida. Took me 5 years. I showed this off in lots of detail in my last video. Ugh. I could just reach to fit it in. Obviously my favourite finish of the year. So there's that one. Woohoo! I love it. I might just put these ones on my lap. That might be easier. Okay, what else have we got? There's a few here from the start of the year I haven't seen in a while. This one is called Hufflepuff, and it's by Mandarin Designs. I stitched this on a piece of Sparklies fabric of the month as well. It's just a 32 count Murano. It's very pretty. And yeah, no, I really like it. I think that might have been my first finish of the year, I think. Let me see. Yes, that was my first one. My second one was Witcher Silhouette. This is by Almost Stitches Shop. I think it's something like that. I will try and link it. The pattern I think is only available in like a set of 3 now, I think. I'm just trying to see if I can find it in my log of stuff I do. Almost Stitches Shop. And this is on a piece of 32 count Murano from Sparklies as well. It's their June 2018 Fabric of the Month. Started this with Adele from Cat Stitches, and I've finished season 2 of The Witcher. Distinct lack of Henry Cavill in a bath, which is very disappointing. Next one is Sleeping Fox. This is stitched on a piece of linen. I'm assuming it's 32 count. We got this from the Mittagong Stitches Retreat in 2019. This is from an issue of Stitch Crazy Magazine. I'll put the information below. And there's a series, there's a cat, a deer and a squirrel. And I'm going to do the deer and the squirrel. I've already done the cat for my granny, so I'm not stitching it again because I'm not a huge cat person anyway. Love this one, it's beautiful. Lots of stitching, but it's gorgeous. And then my last finish that I have with me is my Sew to Stitch. This is Princess Collection. I started this in 2017. Finished it off before Lily got here. That's it there. This is on a piece of 32 count Even Weave by Sewitall in Cloud Green. So they're the finishes I have with me. The other ones I'll put in pictures of. I think it's just one actually. It's Lily's birth sampler, the Hello Baby. Let me get the details for that one as well. It's the Hello Baby Jungle Sampler by Stitches Lovers Shop. It's stitched on a piece of 18 count Diamond Aida. I don't have much more details than that. It was a piece I inherited from my granny. She's still alive. She gave it to me. I finished it mostly before she was born, and when she was born I just had to put her info in, and I replaced some threads with some Silks for You colours of the month as well. So they are my finishes from 2021. First finish of 2022. So this was my small that I was speaking about before. It's part of a series from Lizzie Kate called Less Equals More, and I was working on this one, Whine Less, Breathe More. This is the, is it a flip it? I think it is. Maybe not. It's called F117 if you need the number for it, but that's what it is. Whine Less, Breathe More. I am stitching them all together, so eventually it will look something like this. So I did this part here. I am using a mix of called for and not called for threads, which I'll go over in a minute. Let me just get it out of this bit of a mess of a bag. I need to organise this one a bit better. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count. I think it's 32 count, it could be 36. It's a piece of raw linen, again from my grandma. I don't know what it actually is. And I'll show you the whole thing, and then I'll show you just the bit by itself. That's what I have so far, with a little bit more border. And then that's what I stitched there. So last time you saw it, I think I was up to this S. So I stitched the S, all the bits and pieces, the border, and then this whole part here. Wonderful cast stitching. I think when I started this while we were on our holiday, like stitching on it, and then as we were coming home, I had to do ATHE, more, that little thing, and the heart, and then I was done. So yay, very exciting to have that finished, another part of that series. Now, just talking about threads, I have 4 threads that are called for. They're all Gentle Arts or Weeks, and then most of them I'm swapping into either that eDesigns brand. If I have a link for them, I'll put it below, but I don't know if I do. Or Silks for You. So for example, the pinks are Silks for You. This green here is an eDesigns. This green here, which is so gorgeous, that's called Olive. That's an eDesigns. This one, the brown, is actually not called for, but it's a different weeks. The blue is an eDesigns. So yeah, this blue here is called for, the purple's called for as well. And so is like that brownie colour, and up here as well. So yeah, super happy with that. First finished down for the year, which means I can start a small soon, and I have that all ready to go. And I'll talk to you about that shortly. Alrighty, now it's time to talk about plans and do the actual Wip Parade part. So my thought is that this section will be an update from last month for those projects that I did actually work on, or from whenever I last showed you them, my plans for the year, yeah, and plans for the year. I'll go through my actual January plans after this section. Yeah, so let's get going with it. I am participating in 4 Facebook groups. Let's talk about those really quick to help with what I'm about to show you. So my main one that I'm doing is WipGo. Love WipGo, so excited for WipGo. And so as I show you the projects, I will tell you what the goal is for each of them. So my WipGo board, which I'll pop up now, which I showed you last time, it does need, I don't think it needs to be changed yet. I think it's fine. So I've done it in categories, which is how I structure my whips anyway. So I figured that would be the best way to do it. So full coverage, large, medium, small, a matte one, and special. So there's 6, I think. They all get 3 goes, I think. And then the middle space, that free space, I'm just going to spin a wheel and just pick a category and work on that. The next Facebook group I want to talk about is called Fandom Stitching Central, and this was started at the end of last year, or so in December. There, Shan runs this group, and she has chosen to do this year as Star Wars, so that is why I joined, because I'm so excited for that. So we're doing episode 1 this month, and it'll go through all of them throughout the year, which I'm so excited for. So they have weekly, monthly, and yearly goals to work on. Not goals, like prompts. So the plan is to, 1, prioritize WipGo, and then so put my 2 projects of WipGo into as many prompts as I can. Secondly, to prioritize weeklies, and then monthly, and then the yearly is a maybe. It's quite big. It's like 50 something thousand stitches, which is very unlikely that I'm going to get done on one project. So I'll just do it if I can. Next one is actually one that I made a Facebook group for a stitching challenge. I've made Facebook groups before, but this is so exciting. So I was talking with Adele Cat Stitches, my Scottish wife. She knows what that means. And I got this idea as we were talking about some other Facebook groups and what the challenges were for the year. And I was like, oh, I really want to do it, but you know, it's a lot of work, and I'm going back to work this year, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I'll help you with it. Let's talk about it. So we're talking about it. And then I was like, oh, I've made the group. I was so excited. So it's called Stitch Into the Wild, and it's all about animals, which shouldn't be a surprise for anyone. So what we're doing is each month is a different habitat, and then we've got prompts in there. It's only monthly, there's no weeklies. There'll probably be some pop-up events a couple times a month, but it's just a monthly event. We wanted to make it as casual and flexible as possible. I will be recording a video, either a screen recording video or a video like this, kind of explaining more of it to pop onto the group, but I'll also upload it here, so if you want to watch it, you can, and you can decide if you want to join or not. But very quick premise, for example, this month is the Savannah. So what we've done is each month you need to stitch 3 buildings or objects to create your habitat, and then there's 10 animals to visit. All of those prompts are only 100 stitches each, or 1 hour of stitching each. The buildings or objects and whatever they can be on any whip you want. The animals have a prompt, but they're very open. I tried to make the prompts like easy. I didn't want you to have to start anything for them. So you can also do penalty stitches, which is just double, so 200 or 2 hours. So that's the plan for that one. So I'll go through my chosen pieces for this month in my January plans. But each month will change to a different habitat, which I'm so excited about. So that's that group. Feel free to join. Link is below. And then finally, full coverage Fanatics. I'm going to be focusing on 2 of their yearly things, which is 22 in 22, so 22,000 stitches in 22, and also Bike Around Germany. I like Bike Around Germany because I can work on both my full coverage pieces, and they're little achievable stitch counts, and with Pattern Keeper, so easy. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm not too fussed about full coverage Fanatics. Like, I'm not going to be stressing out if I haven't worked on stuff like that for a while. It's more kind of just there as another fun thing to do. So, yay. I'm thinking that's going to cover all my stitching for the month. And if it doesn't, there's something wrong with me. So if not, I'll just spin a wheel. But I really don't think I'm going to need to do that. So, let's go into the whips. Alright. Starting from the top is my oldest whip now. This is a full coverage by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is made by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Oh my goodness, I cannot say it. It's called Mini Clockwork Dragonling. If you've been here before, you would have seen it. I did work on it near the end of last year for a bit. So for the whips that I already had, that I brought into 2021, I'll pop in a picture from the start of the year and also where I was last time you saw it, if there's any difference. I'm stitching this on a 25 count easy count, 1/1 full cross. Whoa, my needle's still attached. Let's put that back. Here it is now. So I use the typewriter method, which has been popularized by Stitching Mummy, which I love. So what I do is I pick a color, starting top left, and work it in. Then I go to the next one and work all my way across. Then I come to the next row and work all the way across. So that's why there's bits kind of coming down. I also did, obviously you can see there I did some parking, because I used to park diagonally, not diagonally in blocks, but diagonally, kind of like Jessie Marie does. And then I was doing cross country and stuff, but now I have my method. So I've worked all the way across. So that is how wide the piece will be. And it is a mini, so it's not huge, but it's wide. So at the end of the first page, you'll see the top of her helmet. There's like blues and stuff. The reason I know that is because I've already stitched the first page before. I stitched it on a 25 count and I did it 2/1 and it was so thick. So I restarted and did 1/1 and I like it a lot better. I'm really excited to keep going to get through some of this background, because when I look at the picture, it is quite a dark piece, but I like it. But this printout isn't great. But there's lots of lighter colours. The butterflies are beautiful blues. Her helmet is full of greens. This dragon is gold. So I am looking forward to getting into some of that. But I do like the background as well. It's all cloudy and cool. So that's my full coverage focus. So for full coverage Fanatics 22 and 22, this will be the focus piece. This is one of the pieces for Bike Around Germany. For Whip Go, it's 2,000 stitches when it gets called. And then it will come up in prompts. For the yearly for fandom, for the Star Wars group, I'm just going to call it that. For the Star Wars group, this is my yearly piece, because it's the only one I think that I could get that many stitches on. And you get like bonus points, I think, if you stitch on the same whip. So I think I'm just going to do that. So that's that one. The next one I'm going to show you is another full coverage, but I'm not working on it this year. It's another Aida that I adore, but it's newer than this one, so I'd rather get this one done first. That's kind of how I do my whips. It's called Rapunzel. Just checking my camera. The artwork is by Anya Kai. So much brighter, but that's what it will look like when it's done. This is a full size. not max color or anything, but it's just a normal size. Page, stitching it on exactly the same fabric in exactly the same way. It's much bigger fabric. So that's the fabric I have for it. So it's bigger. And that's where I am. So exactly the same method. There are purples and blues. You can see the blue in there, but there are purples and blues in there. Bit of black, bit of grey, I think. But that's that top background. So I think that's had a little bit of work on it. Maybe at the start of the year. But not much. But you won't see that this year unless by some miracle I was to finish my Aida. That's very, 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 very unlikely. Don't get excited. Next year perhaps, but not this year. So she's going to go away again. So sad. But she'll get her time. Alright. My large piece is by Clouds Factory. This is called Kings and Queens of the UK. This was started, I didn't say the other ones. Started the first Aida in November of 2017. Started Rapunzel. It was my New Year New Start in 2018. This was started on the 4th of January in 2018. Oh, it's its birthday today. It's 4 years old. Is that right? Yeah. Oh my god. It's 4 years old. Anyway, here it is. Now, I've been working on this year. So, let me give you some fabric details. I don't have them. Oh my god. It's 32 count Lugana. I know that much. It's from Clouds Colour Cascade Fabrics, and it was a fabric of the month. So, I don't know if you can get it. So this is my large focus. If it's called by Wip Go, it's a page finish, and I'll explain what a page is. So here's Victoria. She was actually in the middle, so she was split down the middle for this page. So we're ignoring her. The page I'm currently working on is from this dude. Then we've got two more here, which I've started one of them with that hair, and I did the border, which was this little section here and this flag of Northern Ireland. Then there's one more page and it's done. So that's what the goal is for Wip Go, is one page. So it only needs to be called twice, but I obviously can work on it other times throughout the year. So that's Kings and Queens of the UK. Very, very excited to have that close to being done. I'm kind of over it. I like it, but there's only so many people you can stitch, you know. Next one is my medium focus. So let me get those details. Where are they? Okay, this is Evening in the Shire. Charted or designed by Maria Brodko from Cute Patterns by Maria. That's it there. This is the backstitch nightmare piece. I started this on the 10th of May 2021. It's on After the Rain Lugana from Colour Cascade Fabrics in 32 count. I started this with the wonderful, amazing Deb Wilson. And I've finished the first page. So that's all the cross stitch and back stitch and half stitch. So there's another page to go. It's a lot. There is backstitch in 3 strands, 2 strands, and 1 strand. Can you find the rabbit? It's incredible. Like, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's just a lot. So my goal for Wip Go is only 3 days because I can't really concentrate on this for much longer. It gets to 2 and I'm pretty close to being done, but I can usually make it to 3 and then I'm okay. But I can't do much more than that. Only because of the back stitch. It's a lot of count. Like, it's just constant counting all the time. I know that with normal cross stitch you do that too, but that's a lot. Don't think there's much more to say about that one. So it's my medium piece. So it's like technically close to a finish because I'm halfway done and that didn't really take me that long. But you know, we'll see. Now, my small is finished, so I'm going to show you the one that I'm going to be starting soon. So the way that I pick my smalls, and probably going forward most of my whips, because I love all of them, I find it really hard to choose. So I have it all in a Google spreadsheet, categorized by size. And so I went to my smalls and I had a certain number, I can't remember how many, in my stash, and I did random number generator and I picked this one, and it was a Mill Hill kit called Honeypot, which is so cute. So I will be starting that next. I think I've got it in for one of the prompts. So that'll be my next one. It comes with everything you need, including a magnet. So just like I did an ice cream cone 2 years ago, I think. Or was it last year? I don't even remember when I did that. It must have been 2 years ago. This will be going on the fridge. Yay. Next is my matte piece. For those that don't know, hi if you're new by the way. Matt, my husband, has purchased over the years a number of cross stitch patterns for me, so I gave him his own category. And the first one I'm doing, the second one I'm doing in this category is Grey Dragon. This is by Valenti Cross Stitch. It's a full coverage. This is my second full coverage that I was talking about for full coverage Fanatics bike around Germany. I can use this one. Rapunzel's pretty much not even an active whip, so we're ignoring that. But if this comes up, I can use it for that. I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count Aida. I started this on the 25th of October in 2020. Sorry, it's 16 count Aida, I should say. I don't pull this out very much, just when it kind of comes up, but it should be coming out a bit more this year with Whip Go. So the goal for this is 2,000 stitches as well, when the Whip Go calls it. It's got like 12 colours in it or something. I tried out diagonal, which is why all this is finished, and it's not for me, diagonal parking. So again, typewriter method. So I'm kind of up here at the moment working on this bit, and then I'll come back across here and start again. But it looks really cool, doesn't it? I am getting close to the dragon. The dragon's in here, and it's nice seeing the circle around come to life. But the corners are exactly the same, and this whole thing is the same as well. So the red's cool. I like it's red, orange and yellow in there, and there's not much of it, but it's really cool. It comes out really bright. So yes, 2,000 stitches for that one on my matte piece. On to my last two whips. This category is called special because it's special. So at the moment, my special piece is Temperature Tree by the Stitching Mummy. This was started on the 4th of May 2021, and it's being stitched for Lily. It's on a piece of 28 count Jobelan in pole stitches called, by pole stitches called Awakening, and I'm stitching it 1/1, so it's tiny. It's so cute. The reason why I didn't start this at the start of the year is because I decided to do it for Lily's first year of life. So I started it, I got some branches done, and a couple of weeks after she was born I picked it up, and I haven't touched it since. So it doesn't have a lot on it, but it is started from her birthday, and it will go until her birthday this year. So that's where we're at now. This fabric is gorgeous. It's a beautiful pastel-y colour. I got this from Adele a long time ago, and I stitched another pattern on it. So that's where I'm at. So might be hard to see, but the one that's backstitched is her birthday, but I'm going to probably change that to something else, maybe some sparkly stuff, I don't know. So that's what I've done. I'm into June, but not very far. So when this comes up on my Whip Go, it's to get 3 months done, and I love it. Really, really enjoying that when I actually work on it. The leaves are all stitched in DMC, and I chose a Gentle Arts thread called Brown Bear for the tree. I'm also at the bottom going to put like Lily's first year or something. I'm not sure. And then my other whip that will not be a whip very, very, very soon, which is so exciting, is the Elephant Birth Sampler by Stitch Rovia. I'm stitching this for our niece or nephew that is being born like any day, pretty much. It's Matt's brother and his wife. They have, I stitched the exact same piece for their eldest child. They've got almost 2. One in 2019, I think she was born. No, 2018. So I stitched it again. Whoa, that just looks really bright. That's weird. This is on the same fabric as my Princess collection from Sew to Stitch. This is Cloud Green in 32 count from Sewitall. Why does it look? It looks kind of muted. The yellows should be a bit brighter, but that's okay. So I've stitched everything I can until the baby comes. The baby's name will go here, and then all of the kind of details will be down here. But I think on this it's just the date, and then it's like a little banner thing. So I'll just fill that in when it comes up. Hopefully I can pop it into some prompts, but if not, it doesn't matter. I'll get this done as soon as I can, and that will be off the whip list. I don't like having extra whips. It makes me feel funny. I used to have a bunch more, and then I whipped it down, and I'm really happy with it. I like my whip count. So yes, that will come up like within a week probably, I would assume. So they're on my whips. Very exciting. What was I going to say next? Like I said before, I'm prioritizing Whip Go, and I'll talk about Whip Go in a moment. Let's get into some January plans. So on the 10th, the Clouds Factory ABC Dinosaur sale comes out. It might be the 11th for me. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to try and start it pretty soon after it comes out. And I picked a fabric this morning with Adele's help, and it's this 32 count linen. That's all the details I have for it. This is by Linen and Threads. I picked this up at the Mirabilia retreat. I think that was in 2018. And it looks like this. How cool is that? So we had a look at the colours and we think it's going to work. So I'll be stitching on this, which I'm pretty pumped for. Anyway, that's about it. That'll be fun. So that'll come up soon. That's my kind of only extra start. I wasn't sure if I wanted to stitch on it as a cell, or like I have the No Planet B cell, but I haven't actually done it. I kind of have it just in my stash ready to go, and I was going to do that, but then I decided to do it as a cell. I think it'll be good. I've done it before. The Clouds Factory ones aren't too huge, and looking at the sneak peek, it's very similar to the Legendary Creatures alphabet I did a while ago, 2-3 years ago. So I'm not too stressed. Plus, it can fit into prompts. It'll be fine. So the Whip Go numbers were called, I think, on Boxing Day here, or maybe the next day for me, but for everyone else it was the 26th. And it was 19 and 2. Now 19 was the temperature tree, so I need to get cracking on that and get 3 months done, which I think I'll be able to do with my prompts that I'm going through soon. And also the Kings and Queens was number 2, so that's why I worked on it already. I was doing some stuff on it last night, which is awesome. Let's go through these prompts for the groups, and then I've got my giveaway winner from last video, and then a new one to go in, which is really exciting. So for the Star Wars group, for the weeklies, is there any point doing weeklies? I do monthly videos, but whatever. I'm going to be working on Kings and Queens and Temperature Tree during the week to try and get my Whip Go goals done. Monthly, there's 10 prompts. 9 of them are like stitching prompts. 1 is to watch the movie and stitch. So I might watch it, I might not. I'll see what Matt wants to do. Maybe we can watch it together. So the other ones, number 2 was about the release date of the movie, the 19th of May 1999. So it's to work 1,999 stitches into something to do with May. And my temperature tree was started in May, and it's for Lily, who's born in May. I don't know if I'll do that one. But I've got that slated for it anyway. Next one was to, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to go through the reasons why these are the prompts. I'm just going to say what they are. It's going to be much quicker. Number 3 was 300 stitches into a rocky start. I'm going to do my Aida because I restarted that. That was a rocky start. 400 was something with a fish. number 4 with 400 stitches was something with the fish. I don't have anything with the fish, and you can't do penalties. So either something will pop up over the course of the month, or I'm just not going to do it. Number 5 was 100 stitches into gold or yellow floss. I'm thinking this one would be really good for that. Or maybe the dinosaurs. We'll see what comes up. Number 6 was 2,500 stitches into something you would gamble away for your life. I think that's what it was called. And I've just put my Aida. I don't know if that one's going to happen. It's a lot of stitches as well. Number 7 was 400 stitches into something that reminds you of a better world. And I did put Evening in the Shire because the Shire is a much better world. But I also don't want to count 400 stitches to do with backstitch. So I may do the dinosaurs for that. Or something else. I'm not sure. I've got it there. I might do it, I might not. Number 8 was 500 stitches into a black or red floss. I'm going to do grey dragon because that has a fair bit of 310. Number 9 was 700 stitches into something that makes you feel like a genius. I have 3 options for this, and I don't know which one I'm going to do. Kings and Queens, because I know a lot about Kings and Queens now. I've been looking stuff up. And I did before too, but this has helped. Number 2 would be the Shire, Evening in the Shire, because it means that I can count really well. But I also don't want to do 700 stitches into that, so we'll see. And 3rd would maybe be the dinosaurs, because I'm assuming there'll be facts along with them, because there has been for other sales. So that would make me feel a bit like a genius. And number 10, 300 stitches into a piece to celebrate when finished. I'm going to do Kings and Queens because I'm going to celebrate so hard because I can finally have a new large start. It's been so long. I'm pumped for that. So that's the monthlies for the Star Wars group. Now for my group, Stitching to the Wild. Let's get that right because it's the group that I made. Haha. Here's what we had to do. So these are all 100 stitches each. I'm not going to say them over and over again. We had to build a tour car, safari tour car, an observation deck, and a perimeter fence to keep out poachers. So for all of those, I had worked on my Lizzie Kate less equals more pattern. Then the animals, the gazelle, we had to work on something with water or blue stitches, and I'm going to work on mini clockwork draggling because that actually has water in the background, and I didn't realize that. Number 2 animal, the second animal was the carcarel. It has gorgeous ears, so we had to work on something with ears. So I did Kings and Queens, so I've already done that one. The cheetah, something with fast progress, was the Lizzie Kate that I finished. The elephant was the largest, and in terms of like length and stuff, Kings and Queens is my largest, so I've done that one already. The lion, something that is set in the evening, all black stitches, and I put Evening in the Shire because it's kind of both. It's only 100, I can do that. Wildebeest was something with plants or green stitches, and I did my Lizzie Kate for that as well, so that one's finished. The hyena was something that you love because the hyena's heart is quite big in proportion to its body, and I did my Lizzie Kate. The vulture is something that's uncommon because they eat a lot of stuff that other animals don't eat, and I did Kings and Queens because I've never actually seen anyone else stitch it, so that one's already done. Giraffe was your longest piece in terms of like actual length, Kings and Queens, so that one's finished. And then the zebra was something to do with transport or something that you travel with. Now I've got 2 here. I could do temperature tree and do penalty stitches because I don't really have anything with transport in it, or I could do my small because this is what I would bring with me if I was in the car or anything. We'll see. And then we have an extra challenge each month, which is 500 stitches, and you can do any whip you want on that one. So the extra challenge this month is to camp out for the night and spot the nocturnal animals, and so I'm going to be doing that with temperature tree and getting 500 stitches into that. So you can kind of see how I'm prioritizing whip go first, and then I put in the other ones afterwards. There will also be a couple of pop-up challenges, so just saying. They're not huge though, but just saying, they're there. So they're those groups. Full coverage Fanatics will happen as I get through those things. Oh, I did put in my journal this. I wrote down all the stops for the biking through Germany. I also on this page put the Wonders one, but I'm not going to do that one. I've changed my mind. and I also put how many stitches I need to do a month to get that 22 and 22. So hopefully I can do that. But the good thing, like I said, about the biking is I can use my grey dragon as well. So that covers a bit of that too. I think the highest one on here is like 1,800 stitches. It's actually not that huge. So it's good to have some reachable goals for full coverage. They're January plans. They're my yearly plans. That's my wrap up. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do stitching this year. And with 2 days a week at work, I think I'm going to be able to manage a fair bit that I normally would. For anyone wondering how I do my stitching with a 7-month-old, when I'm at home and she's here and it's just us, I only stitch when she's asleep. I do, it was like, what about your housework? One, I have a husband who can also do housework, thank you very much. But when I do, when I am obviously doing things around the house, I do it with her. So she comes with me, I push her in the pram, or she's on the floor while I'm doing something. You know, she's at that age where she can kind of entertain herself a little bit. I still need to be around her to obviously watch and make sure she doesn't fall over because she's sitting now. But she can do things while I do things, or I just bring her with me in the pram, and she loves to look outside. So I'll put her at a window or at the big glass doors, or even put her outside sometimes while I'm outside. She comes with me to hang out the washing outside and bring it in. Like, I take her with me, so I get a lot of my jobs done when she's not asleep. And I do get my stitching when she's asleep for her 2 naps a day, except for today because I'll be editing. And then at night time when she's gone to bed. So that's how that works. I had a couple of people ask me, not a routine, but how it works. Lily's a very routine orientated child. She really likes having a kind of a set, which is a good thing and also not good, because when we went on holidays it was different, but she coped really well, and she's been a really good sleeper from the start, which we're very thankful for. So with a routine it works really well. So it's not necessarily times, but it's like hours. I don't know if that makes sense, but she likes her routine. But no, she's quite good and gives me some time. Like right now, she's still snoozing and it's been almost an hour. So wow. Let's do giveaway and then we can go and then we're finished. So last video I was giving away Live Each Season by Rosewood Manor, and the winner was, and I'll put a picture in, Karen Monich. I'm very sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Congratulations, you won. Message me on Instagram, or my email will be below, and send me your address and I'll get this to you when I can. It's a bit of a tricky time at the moment, but I will get it to you as soon as possible. So congratulations. My giveaway for this video is very cool. So just a quick reminder, don't say giveaway, winning, win, all that kind of stuff in your comment because it will be deleted. You have to be over 18 because I need your address. I'll be sending these in just normal envelopes with a bit of plastic. I'm going to write do not bend on top, but please don't be annoyed at me if it does get bent because it's not my fault. These are free patterns, so just, you know, be aware of that. Yeah, but it's not going to be sent in a proper parcel package or anything. That costs way too much. Sorry, I've got an alarm on. I'll probably forget that. Anyway, so this month is a sew to stitch. This is called White Dress, and it's quite different from their normal patterns. I bought this with grand plans of doing them all in a different variegated thread. There's an option for you, but I'd rather give it away now. Let me look on the inside really quick. So the whole thing, if you were to stitch the whole lot, it's 336 stitches wide by 81 tall. But you can stitch them individually, or they've got other ideas down here. Let me just look through the key for a second. They have different colorway options. There you go. The white is just regular white blanc, but they do give you the colors for these two down here as well. That's cool. I didn't know that. If you want to stitch on this, just in your comment put the word dress. Dress. Maybe you could comment about my dress. I love this dress. Oh my god, that was so gross of me. I'm so sorry. This is amazing. This is from Little Party Dress, and it's got cats and dogs all over it, and it's a big hit when I wear this to school. I love it very much. But anyway, that's the giveaway. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm loving Flosstube at the moment. I love this time of year. So thank you for everyone for uploading all their Wip Parades and everything, and I hope mine was a nice one to watch too. I will see you all hopefully at the end of January, and I can go through what I got to. I start, my first day back at work is the 1st of February, so hopefully I can get a video up before then. If not, I have other days during the week that it can work out. So I'm going to go spend some time packing up this mess and editing the video. Lily will be up soon, so we'll hang out for a bit today, and hopefully I can get this up for you before the evening. We'll see how that goes. Have a wonderful January. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.